What's going on, everybody? Dialerix TV back with another video, and in today's video I'll be discussing recent statements that were made by Lakers former forward Kyle Kuzma, who was on the Gilbert Arenas podcast, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's whose podcast it is. But he was basically revealed that the deal was done between the Sacramento Kings and the Los Angeles Lakers, which would have sent Buddy Hield to the Los Angeles Lakers and would have shipped Kyle Kuzma to the Sacramento Kings. Somehow or another, that deal got nixed, and Kyle Kuzma ended up on the Washington Wizards. And this is what I always revert back to saying. This is what I always say. LeBron James get what he want. People felt like it was never a fair deal, a fair exchange when they traded Anthony Davis, when they traded for Anthony Davis, when they traded Brandon Ingram and Lonzo Ball, Josh Hart, and some draft picks for Anthony Davis. Everyone was coming at me and saying, "Oh, they're not going to get Anthony Davis. It's not a fair deal. They're not giving up enough. It's not enough for Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is a once in a generational type talent. They're not going to get him. Blah blah blah." And I kept saying that LeBron James, he gets what he wants. He's the golden boy. He's favored. He's their marketing asset. LeBron James get what he wants. He's that spoiled brat that gets what he wants. Somehow or another, the NBA vetoed the trade with Chris Paul, but the Lakers were allowed to get Anthony Davis somehow or another. But the league wants LeBron James to do well. They want him to do great, and they want him to be in a position to be able to win. Anthony Davis puts him in that position to win. Same thing, no different with Russell Westbrook. During the regular season, the NBA's wants for LeBron James just came off an injury. The finals, they're not doing great numbers. The NBA has already been solely built around LeBron James and marketed and geared towards LeBron James and his fanboys. So without him, a lot of people didn't watch. A lot of people are not going to watch the playoffs and the finals. So, like I said, they're going to do whatever they can to get that talent around LeBron James. So you might not get equal value in return for the player that they had put up, like a Kyle Kuzma, but they're going to get whatever. LeBron James, that's not a good, that trade for Russell Westbrook to get, for Kyle Kuzma, that wasn't a fair deal. That wasn't. Even I'm not a huge Russell Westbrook fan, but come on now, anybody with common sense understands that what they gave up was nowhere near the draft pick. Come on, you got a late first rounder, a player who everybody felt should have been sent to the Shanghai Sharks, or the D League or whatever, right? Should have been sent overseas. All this and KCP for Russell Westbrook. Come on now, anybody in their right mind understands that that's not a fair deal. Anybody understands that. So I knew that eventually Kyle Kuzma will be used as trade bait because they've been alluding to this trade for so long. They've been saying that they were going to try to get Kyle Kuzma for some a suitable player that would come in and be an all-star type of talent. So when you have LeBron James, you don't necessarily have to have a player that has equal talent or has to be the same level or has to be like, they don't have to be a superstar talent to get another superstar talent. You could have someone like a Kyle Kuzma and you could flip that for a Russell Westbrook. You get what I'm saying? So this is what people don't understand about LeBron James. He gets what he wants in this league. And to me, it seems as though that Kyle Kuzma, he has a little bit of resentment towards the Lakers organization. And it seems as though that something in him, it's like he wanted to be traded to. It's almost as if he wanted to be traded to the Sacramento Kings. That's how I took it. I don't think he wants to be in Washington. I think that he's saying that. I think that he's being politically correct when he says that, oh well, he's being PC and he's his PR team, I should say, is kind of pushing him to not say the wrong thing, I should say. I think ultimately he wanted to go to Sacramento because he likes Luke Walton and he likes the system that they play. The Sacramento Kings fits Kyle Kuzma's style more than playing in a LeBron James system. You know, Luke Walton and his style allow him to flourish. You get what I'm saying? So him being in that system would have suited his style a lot more than playing in Washington. Kyle Kuzma is not going to, he would have got twice as many shots under Luke Walton than he's going to get with the Washington Wizards. Now, I do believe that Kyle Kuzma is going to do extremely well in Washington. However, he know that he would have more freedom being out in Sacramento. So I think that because he kind of like took a shot at them, I'm not sure if he was saying jail as in how the team jail, or like them being locked up in jail and not being able to do what they want to do, blah, 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 or, you know, the system is flawed in Sacramento or whatnot. However, I do believe that Kyle Kuzma wanted to play with Luke Walton, and because of their relationship and the history with him being in Los Angeles and just him having that freedom to be able to do what he want to do and take as many shots as he want. But I think now that he's in Washington, his Bradley Beal team, and that's another thing I want to address and highlight was Kyle Kuzma still seems to be riding that high of Los Angeles and still believing in the hype. I think a lot of players, and you're seeing it with Russell Westbrook, and I say this because people will be like, why you keep saying Russell Westbrook? As I said, after the playoffs, and Russell Westbrook proved to me that he's deserving of me retiring that name. I don't care. I'm not going to fake it just because he's with the Lakers now. I'm going to still call him what I've been calling him. I'm not going to change that. I say Russell Westbrook every now and then, but I'm still going to say Russell Westbrook. However, you're seeing with Russell Westbrook, once they get caught into these lights, they start to believe in that hype. They believe in their own hype, and they don't know how to control it. So I think what's happening with Kyle Kuzma, he's still kind of riding that high a little bit. He hasn't been fully humbled yet. But Kyle Kuzma, to me, seems a little bit bitter about being traded to, from the Los Angeles Lakers. And not just that, I also think that he feels some type of way about being traded to Washington opposed to being traded to the Sacramento Kings. Honestly, Buddy Hield, on paper and just his style of play, Buddy Hield, talent-wise, would have been a good fit for the Lakers. However, mentally, I think that's where it would have been mentally challenging playing with LeBron, because as far as like hitting big shots, I don't think Buddy Hield, if he missed those shots, he's not the type of player who is headstrong, or he's not as much of an assassin, or a player who could take over in that fourth quarter and hit those shots consistently, or hit those shots when it's needed, when it matters most. Buddy Hield is not going to hit those clutch shots, and he'll hit them from time to time probably. But I'm saying, like, you can't rely on a guy like Buddy Hield. LeBron needs a player like a Kyrie Irving, somebody who's fearless, or somebody like a Ray Allen that could step up and hit that shot. Buddy Hield, he may take those shots, but he's going to get a lot of blame, and he's going to be shipped out of there sooner rather. He would have been shipped out sooner rather than later. So it's actually good that it played out the way it did, and they got Russell Westbrook, and we'll see how this plays out. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all get in that comment box, like, share, subscribe.